And another new lineup.
Another new lineup.
Every game a different lineup.
Every game a new lineup, as they say.
So it'll be Jeff Johnson on the right wing for Stan Moore's club, and Jeff Tile on the left wing. Aubertine and DeRushy will be paired on defense. Aubertine trying to feed Tile. Tile drops it to Aubertine in front of his own net, and we're underway. Aubertine lifts it to Tile. Tile trying to get by a check, but Zegras knocks him, and the puck intercepted by DeRushy back the other way. Here comes DeRushy into the zone, has it poke checked away by Holmes. Puck back to the blue line and out to center ice off Staropoli. Massena blue line. Aubertine over on the other side. Tile breaking out left wing. Headman pass and Edwards, and it's intercepted. Poke check by Tile into the zone. Tile all by himself as Massena changing lines. And back the other way comes Pascalis. Feeding it up to the Massena blue line. It's intercepted. Valance looking for it. He can't find it. Holmes takes it across. Holmes and Valance jam for it. The puck comes free, and it goes into the corner. In behind the net, it's Keith Collins. Collins after it with Burke. Collins, you might recall, had the hat trick last night. Puck around the boards. Fauché with it. Jeff moves it down the left side. Gets by a check. Into the zone. Pascalis takes a whack at it. Goes back in the corner. Another whack at it. Back to the blue line. And it's out to center ice. And here comes the big defenseman, Gary Zegras. His drive. And he fired it wide from just inside the blue line. All the way around the boards. Pascalis dumps it in the corner. The layoff side's called. But, of course, Rye gets out of the zone. And Massena tries to clear, getting it to the blue line. Here comes Burke. He just bangs it to the Rye blue line, picked up by Pascalis. His headman pass goes deep in Massena territory off the boards and is picked up by King right in front of the net. He slides it back out to center ice where Zegras picks it up. His pass intercepted Johnson. Johnson loses it to Tom Holmes. Holmes dumps it to a streaking wing. The puck across the blue line, but offsides will be called. Ryan Haggerty just a little bit ahead of the play that time. And so the faceoff will move outside the zone. And we are just underway with no score in the hockey game. But in the two-game series, it's 3-0 Rye. So Massena with some catch-up here. Edwards line back out there against the Haggerty line. And we've got still Zegras and Pascalis. We'll see if we can keep an eye on them, see how long they stay out there. Here's Tayo's shot. And chest high save the rebound. Dumped into the corner by Haggerty. After it, Johnson. Picked up by Pascalis, moving it out right side to the blue line. Kept in by Paquin. Now banged out to center ice. Mickey Edwards stops it. Right back in the zone to layoff sides. Waved off. Zegras with a puck. Zegras waiting. Dumps it. Center ice. Right there is DeRushy. Waits. Takes it in. Dumps it. In the corner. Back to pick it up is Haggerty. Haggerty in behind his own net. Bangs it around the boards. Intercepted by Paquin. Bouncing around. Johnson after it. Goes into the corner with it. Nobody there but Zegras for Rye. Zegras stops. Picks it up. Starts out left side of his own net. Trying to headman to Holmes. Intercepted by Mark Burke. Burke trying to center it right in front, but Zegras is there to break it up. Poked away from him. Fauché after it gets a weak shot off, more or less a poke check, and it's grabbed by goaltender Russell Winfield, and he holds on for the faceoff, which will be to his right in the Rye zone. Massena looks maybe a little more fired up. I don't know.
Yeah, a little more hustle out there tonight. A little quicker tonight so far.
Bobby Holmes line back out there. Guess what? Pascalis and Zegras are still out there. Off the face-off, puck poke checked out to center ice. And into the Massena zone, Aubertine racing for it in behind the net. He and Staropoli go together. Staropoli tries to center it to Holmes, but the puck taken off his stick into the corner, and Aubertine feeds it around the boards, and back to the point. Zegras dumps it into the corner. Now it's Aubertine from Massena, right side of his own goalie. Aubertine, cross-ice pass. Here comes Massena breaking down Fauché. His shot from outside goes off Zegras' leg, and is picked up there by Staropoli. Zegras hurt a little bit. Now the puck at center ice. Here comes Holmes. Holmes and Vince both go down. Vince is going to be called for a penalty right there as he hauled Bob Holmes down. He was all over him. And what, holding maybe?
I would say probably a hold.
Yep, that's what it is. Holding call on Peter Bintz. And so it's going to be Rye on the power play. And we saw that they had a very good power play.
Well, they only gave them 2 chances last night. They were 1 for 2 last night in the power play.
Haggerty,
see what Rye can do tonight.
Haggerty and Holmes will be back. Of course, Zegras just got hurt a little bit, so normally he's up front. Instead, they're going to have Staropoli centering, Keith Collins on one side, and Tommy Holmes on the other side. Off the face-off, here comes Bob Holmes across the blue line, and he tripped over the blue line or something, and the puck goes into the corner. They jam for it. and it's intercepted and dumped down the ice by Marty Medina. Puck in behind the net now, back for it. Ryan Haggerty. I think Zegras is getting ready to come back. What do you think? Haggerty's headman pass. He's walking along the bench right now. Here comes Tom Holmes. Bob Holmes, that is, trying to take it through the middle, poked away from him at the last minute. Goes back to the blue line. Haggerty sticks it into the corner. After it there is Sidden. Sidden tied up along with Bobby Holmes. They jam in the corner. Finally, the puck comes back to about halfway out. Collins with it now, back to the point. Bob Holmes. Holmes circles, makes a good move. Here's a shot, save, the rebound in the slot, another shot, another save. They jam and score. And I'm not sure who got it. Perhaps it was Haggerty. If it was his second chance, as Matt Leary made a couple of good saves, but you can't stop City Hall forever.
No, he made the 2 saves. Of course, he gave up the rebound, but he gave up the rebound because the shots were low, into the pads, nice and low. He couldn't smother it. They went off the pads. They went back out. Nobody from Massena was able to get onto the puck. At the third, or after the third shot, they finally scored. Rye goes up 1-0 on a power play.
Well, Zegras is back out there playing defense along with Pascalis, and it's the Haggerty line. Massena's got the Mickey Edwards line. DeRushy, head man to Edwards. Edwards trying to break it in the zone. Drops for Johnson, intercepted by Tom Holmes. Back to the point, out to center ice. DeRushy after it. Here's DeRushy over on the other side. Gets the back pass, starts out. DeRushy, long head man pass. Feeding it ahead. Here's Johnson. Johnson trying to slide it through the middle. A bouncing puck in the slot. They jam for it, and it's controlled by Zegras, and he dumps it out to center ice. Racing back in the Massena zone is DeRushy as the icing is waved off. DeRushy picking up the bouncing puck, starts out. DeRushy gets by, feeds Johnson. Johnson has it taken away. Here comes Tommy Holmes trying to make his move. Albertine bodied him off the puck, and DeRushy picks it up. DeRushy in his own end. Feeding for Convertini. Convertini bounces a pass to himself. Lugs it ahead. Feeds Edwards. Taking it in the zone. Edwards, left side, his shot. The save. The rebound. Oh, just wide. And back the other way. Here comes Haggerty for Rye. Haggerty across the red line. Dumps in the corner. Rye wants a change. Puck goes in. After it is Collins. Feeding it back to the point. Pascalis shot. The save made. No rebound, as covering up on the play was Massena goaltender Matt Leary.
Good thing, because Staropoli was right there. If he'd have given up the rebound on that one, Staropoli was right there, ready to bang it home. I think Massena's got to clear those guys out in front of that net. You can't let them hang around.
Rye leading 1-0 here at the Massena Arena. We've got Collins taking the face-off against Burke. Off the draw. Picked up by Sidden. Sidden behind his own net, starts out right side. Headman pass off the boards, meant for Valance, deflected, picked up there by Collins. Collins feeding it to Holmes. Holmes turning on the Jets across the blue line. Here comes Holmes, left wing side, tied up, drops it back to the point. Pascalis over to Zegras on the other point. Quick wrist shot, deflected in behind the net by the Massena defense, and it's picked up by Sidden. Sidden feeding it up along the boards, but yeah, it does go out. Valance chasing it down, but Zegras is there. Feeding it back out to center ice to Pascalis. Now Sidden steps in front of the pass, has it intercepted. Following up, here comes Burke across the blue line, gets a shot off a weak one, and that is gloved by goaltender Winfield. And the faceoff will come in Rye territory with 8:47 left in period number 1. It's 1-0 Rye.
Yeah, the only time Zegras was off was on the power play. Took him off in the power play, resting a little bit. Now back out there.
Now Zegras does come off this time.
Yep.
And we're going to see Nick Adams out there along with Pascalis. Off the face-off. Puck comes in behind to Pascalis in his own end. Circles behind his own net. Starts out right side, intercepted. Here's Edwards. Edwards feeding it. Tayo, short side shot, the save made by Russell Winfield. Tayo didn't have much to shoot at. Puck back out center ice, and Albertine takes a whack at it. It's into the zone, and the puck goes in the corner. But I think there was an offsides call before any of that happened.
Offside. Referee Arnie O'Reilly had his hand up that time, hit the Rye player, so offside call just outside. Massena blue line, 1-0, Rye leads.
I think Kenny's wearing 22 tonight, Reg. That's right. A couple of them have different numbers home and away. I was wondering who that winger was. That's got to be Kenny on that second line. Off the faceoff, puck in the zone. Here comes Edwards, 2-on-1. Edwards shot, save, Winfield, and he holds on. And again, Mickey Edwards coming in, fired it right at Winfield, right into his chest. He made the save.
Winfield sort of hung right in there. He didn't, squat down at all. He just hung right in the middle, cut down the angle, and that time Edwards right into the pad of Russ Winfield. Face off in the Ryan Edwards line out there for Massena.
And it's going to be Bobby Holmes' line back out for Rye. Holmes with Starpoli and Keith Collins off the draw. Puck comes to Zegras in behind his own net. Waits, trying to dump it out, intercepted. Edwards gets by, right in front, shot, save made. Edwards again with the puck. Trying to move it in the corner, right side. Edwards looking for somebody to pass to. Feeds it to Tayo. Tayo trying to get back to Edwards. Gets tied up, slides it into the slot, but Zegras is there, feeding it out to center ice. Albertine takes a whack at it, and Johnson comes back to help out. Another chance for Mickey Edwards. Yep. Good chance. Here comes Johnson, banging it off a stick, and Massena makes a line change. In behind the net is Nick Adams, 8th grader. He picks it up, feeds it ahead, and it's out to center ice. Albertine picks it up at the red line. Waits, steps across the line, dumps it deep in the corner. Zegras is there. Peter Benz trying to check him. He gets it up to Collins. Collins feeding it ahead for Holmes. Holmes across the red line, but it's poke checked away back into the Rise zone. Zegras again picks it up there. Zegras behind his own net. Peter Benz intercepted right in front. Covertini shot knocked down by the defense. And here comes Collins back the other way. Keith Collins in on the off wing. His shot knocked down by DeRushy. As DeRushy blocked it with a stick. Picked up by Sidden. He starts out from Massena. Sidden steps by a check. Across the red line. Across the blue line. Here's Sidden trying to get the shot off, and it goes wide around the boards. Here's DeRushy stopping at right point. Slides one right on the bouncing puck. Is gloved by Winfield. 6:52 left. First period. We're 1-0 for Rye.
Massena's had their chances here in the first period.
Yes, they
but
have.
Just unable to put that puck in the net.
Haggerty's line back out there again. Haggerty out there with Holmes and Kenny. Off the draw. Puck goes in behind the net. The Burke line out from Massena. After it, Pascalis feeding it around to Tommy Holmes. Holmes out the right side. Poked away. Puck stolen by Burke behind the net. He circles. Looking for somebody to pass to. Centering pass intercepted by Pascalis. Poke checked away from him. Now Zegras with it. Feeds it along the boards. Boucher gets a piece of it. Now Sidden kicks it into the corner. In behind the net, Pascalis. And Sidden jam. Sidden, whoa, throws him into the boards. Zegras comes in, looks to tie it up. He does, and we're going to have a face-off in the Rye end. And Massena trying to throw the body around a little bit.
Good play by Sidden that time. He tied Pascalis up against the boards and finally forced a face-off in the Rye end. And, hey, that's where you want the puck, in the Rye end. You don't want it down on the Massena end. Good play by Sidden that time.
Massena will change defense. Now is coming out will be King and Paquin. Greg Paquin and Darren King. Face off right side off the draw. Right back to Paquin. Paquin trying to get the shot off. Gets a weak shot right on the save made. And covering up on the play is Winfield. Got that head right down and says, that's my puck. Leave it alone. Now Massena will make a line change as Mickey Edwards' line back out there. They've come very close a couple of times.
Well, they have, actually. Most of the pressure has been on the Rye goalie and not on Matt Larry this first period.
Just a power play goal, the difference right now. Face off right side, Haggerty against Edwards off the draw. Puck back to the point, off Tayo's stick. Here's King, shot deflected right on. Save Winfield as Johnson got a stick on it. Feeds it in behind the net. They jam for it. Mickey Edwards in the corner. After it, Zegras has got it. Drops it to Tom Holmes. Holmes poke checked away by Johnson. Now Edwards loses to Zegras. Zegras starts out right side of his own net. Headman pass to Haggerty. Intercepted just outside the blue line. Back to Edwards. Poked away from him. Here comes Haggerty again. A shot from center ice. Goes wide. Comes back right in front of the net. And it's steered behind by a Massena goaltender. Now Massena moving it out. Jeff Johnson. Johnson's headman to Mickey Edwards, taking it in right side. Here's Edwards trying to get by Pascalis. In behind the net, centering, hits the side of the net. Johnson in the corner, pokes at it. He's got it. Here's Johnson looking, trying to get in front. They jam at it. Tayo had a chance, and he couldn't get the stick on it. Tommy Holmes back out to center ice. Stolen away from him by Convertini. Drops it back to King. King over to Paquin. Took a funny bounce. Paquin has to retreat, and Ryle take that opportunity to make a line change here and get the Holmes line back out. Here comes Paquin. Poke checked away. Collins with it. Right side. Massena gets back, but Collins tries to get the shot off. Here's the rebound and the save made on the second shot. First one didn't get through. Now King's headman goes down the ice. Zegras stops it at the red line. Bangs it off the boards into the Massena zone. Racing for it. Holmes. Boy, can he zip, can he? Centers the pass, but it's intercepted by Paquin. He just turned on the Jets that time. Paquin in behind the net. Starts out. Headman pass. Intercepted again. Goes in behind the nets. Picked up there by Starpoli. He's taken out of the play. Convertini comes in, poked away from him. Here's Collins, centering pass, goes back to the point. Pascalis knocks it through the middle. It's intercepted and back out to center ice. Zegras dumps it back in the zone. Delay offsides, but Rye gets out, and the offside's waved off. King feeds it ahead now. Peter Bentz intercepted back to the Massena blue line, but it's picked up there by Paquin. Paquin backhands it, and the puck goes deep in Rye territory. Zegras, or I should say, that's Pascalis feeding it ahead. Here comes Collins breaking across the blue line. Offsides as Bob Holmes a little bit ahead of the play. Boy, they can jet, can't they?
Wow. They can. Well, they go from side to side. That time, the puck came from back in their own end to the left wing. He got the puck. He threw it all the way across the neutral zone to the right wing, crossed the line, but they happen to just be offside. But they haven't changed their strategy at all. I don't blame them. They worked last night. Why want to work again tonight?
They're ahead so far. Zegras feeds it ahead to the Massena blue line, but it's back out again. Burke loses it. Pascalis dumps it in the Massena zone. They dump it back behind. Now they're going to forecheck. Puck picked up by DeRushy. They send two men in on the forecheck. But the headman and Holmes, who goes about halfway in, gets a piece of it. That's Tommy Holmes centering it right across the goal mouth. Nobody there for Rye. Now Fauché feeds it behind the net for DeRushy. DeRushy trying to go back, but manages to tie up his player. And the puck picked up by Mark Burke. Burke over to Aubertine. Aubertine starts out. Headman pass on the stick of Burke. Burke has it taken away by Tom Holmes. Holmes turns the other way. Offsides as he was feeding Haggerty. And offsides is the call. Okay. You're still not getting it, are you? Or are you?
Yep, okay now.
Okay.
Yep.
Somebody got excited and banged on the bench. Face off just outside the zone. Darren King with it. King pokes it ahead. Goes to Tayo. Tayo tied up, and we'll have a face-off. Face-off will be just outside, I believe, the Massena zone. 3:12. A fast-moving first period.
Yeah,
1-0 Rye.
We only had the one penalty to Vince, and of course, Rye scored in that power play.
Yes. Out, back in again, offsides.
Yep. Offside. Starapoli went outside and then went back in. Beltomoli right there in the line.
And explaining it.
Yeah, explaining it. Right.
Holmes again against Edwards. Off the face-off, puck goes up into the stands. And we'll do it all over again.
Mel is what you call an animated referee,
he
right? He makes the motions, lets you know what's going on.
Yep, he sure does. Edwards will face against Holmes. Off the draw. The puck comes to King, feeding it to Sidden. Sidden's headman Edwards to Johnson. Johnson across the blue line, couldn't handle it. Puck banged into the corner. They jam. A couple of bodies went flying. The puck picked up by Pascalis. Loses to Edwards. Johnson in the slot, gets a shot. Well, he didn't really get a good shot off, and it was wide anyway. And now the puck picked up by Pascalis. Lifts it high in the air. Knocked down by King. Has trouble with it. Holmes takes it across. Poked away back out center ice. Holmes with it. Dropping it to Pascalis at the blue line. Dumps it in the Massena zone. Sidden's there to pick it up. Here's Sidden moving it out. Along the right side. He overskated. Lost it to Collins, but helping out was Mickey Edwards. And he's just going to dump it as Massena wants a line change. Puck took a funny bounce, hit the back of the net, but Zegras is there. And he tried to feed it out of the zone. Vince got a stick on it, goes up into the stands.
We're down to 2:15 in the first period. A very quick period. Rye had on a power play goal, 1-0.
Coming back out will be the Ryan Haggerty line. Haggerty out there with Jerome Kenny and Tom Holmes. Off the face, puck comes to DeRushy. DeRushy trying to feed Vince a little bit too far. Zegras feeds it to center ice. Picked up by Paquin. Over to DeRushy. DeRushy headman to Medina. Medina across the blue line, right wing side. Taking into the corner, centering pass. The goalie got a stick on it as Winfield poked it into the corner. Back to the point it comes. DeRushy takes a whack at it, and it comes out to center ice. He feeds over to Paquin. Paquin waits and dumps as Massena got back on side. Puck around the boards. Holmes after it. Holmes feeding it for Pascalis. Pascalis headman. They move it to Kenny. Kenny into the Massena zone. It's picked up by DeRushy. DeRushy to Medina. Medina brings it across. Right side trying to slide it through the middle. He still got it. And tries to dump it back to the blue line. Kept in by Paquin. We got a delay offsides. They wave it off. Centering pass comes right in front. Pascalis clears it. It's picked up by Tommy Holmes. Headman pass goes to the Massena blue line. Johnson intercepts it there. Jeff Johnson circling back, retreating into his own zone. Johnson comes out right side. Headman! Ooh, just got out of the zone. Almost intercepted. Back it is into the Massena zone. Paquin comes back for it for Massena as Rye makes a line change. Headman goes to Tayo. Tayo feeds Mickey Edwards. Edwards trying to get by a check. He does, just barely. Takes it across the blue line, slides it to an open wing. Collins steps in front. Intercept. Edwards takes it away from him, and the puck goes off his skate right on Winfield. He covers up for the faceoff with 49 seconds left of the first period. You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on 1340 WMSA, Massena, New York. Edwards, Tayo, and Johnson out there. And it's going to be Bob Holmes, Jeff Starpoli, and Keith Collins. Off the faceoff, puck goes to Zegras. Zegras feeds it down the ice. King intercepts at the red line. Bangs it ahead for Tayo, intercepted by Holmes. Hard check thrown by King. Mickey Edwards picks up the puck, and he has to wait as Tayo got caught offside. There's the whistle. And the faceoff will move outside the zone. Edwards had a pretty good game so far tonight.
He's had some good chances in that first period. I'm sure he'd like a few of those shots back.
Yeah, I would say so. Edwards will face it off against Holmes. Off the draw. Puck comes to Tayo. Tayo dumps it in the corner with 30 seconds left in the period. Puck around the boards. Edwards in the corner after it. Trying to feed it through to Johnson. Pascalis has got a beat on it. Johnson pokes it away, picks up the puck, looks to wrap it, tries to center it. Intercepted by Haggerty. Haggerty, headman to Collins. His drive goes way wide, just inside the blue line. Now it's Holmes with it in the corner, feeding Haggerty to Collins. Collins trying to dump it back to the blue line. It slides all the way down the ice on Winfield. Winfield feeds it ahead, trying to get it out of there with 1 second left, and Edwards just can't catch up with it. So period number one ends with 1 goal scored, and Rye leading Massena on a score of 1-0, a power play goal. Our broadcast brought to you by Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, where their quality shines through. By the A-Plus Mini Market downtown Massena for low Atlantic gas prices. Of course, it's Zegras and Pascalis. Off the face-off. Headman pass by Edwards, intercepted, and it comes to the Massena blue line. DeRushy comes back to pick it up. DeRushy drops over to Albertine. Albertine slowly skates it out, intercepted there by Holmes. Holmes skates along the blue line and dumps it in the Massena zone. Stopped by Larry, side of the net. Leaves for Albertine, feeding it around the boards to Johnson. Johnson trying to get it out of the zone, kept in by Holmes, who's got a very quick stick. In behind the net to Rushy, around the boards for Tayo this time. Tayo has to drop it back for Albertine. Albertine around the boards for Tayo. Tayo after it. Drops it back again as Rye keeping Massena pinned in their zone right now. Now finally Albertine comes, headman to Edwards, poke checked away. And back into the corner, Holmes after it, trying to drop it to center. Collins comes in to pick it up, centers it, intercepted to Rushy, and finally Massena gets it out of the zone. Here comes Johnson down the right wing side, steps across the blue line, looks for the backhander, knocked down in front by Zegras. Zegras moves it ahead for Starpoli. Starpoli feeding Collins, right side, drop pass Holmes to Starpoli, intercepted Edwards. He loses it right in front, and Holmes got a shot off. I don't think he meant to, but he did, and Larry had to make the save.
Good back checking there by Mickey Edwards. It bounced off his stick, but he did intercept the pass, and it was going to the left wing of Rye, and it finally bounced into Matt Larry, who had no trouble making that save. Face off in the Massena zone. Massena's down 1-0.
Left side, off the draw. Puck comes to Darren King. He skates it behind the net. Waits. He's still got the puck. He doesn't like what he sees. Takes it around the other side. Hit the official. Puck picked up there. And right across the goal mouth by Haggerty. Puck back to the point. Kept in at the point. Finally comes to Burke. Burke, I don't know what happened to him. He just lost in his skate. And he and Haggerty jam in the corner. Now Sidden after it. Sidden steps by a check of Kenny. Moves it out along the line, and it comes to Fauché. Fauché to Burke. Burke across the blue line, quick wrist shot. It's gloved, the rebound. Fauché, another big save there by the goaltender Winfield. He kind of nonchalanted the first one and dropped it. Now Fauché trying to forecheck. Zegras takes it away and starts out right side of the net. Zegras, headman out to center ice. Intercepted. Here's Sidden circling by the defenseman. Sidden drive, fired it wide. Got a little wood on it, but he fired it wide, and the puck comes out to center ice. Haggerty Pokes it by King. Ooh, King almost got burned that time as he went for the puck instead of the man. Now Sidden, head man to Convertini. Convertini gets by the check, breaks in, centers it, and it's knocked down. Around the boards it goes. Paquin stops it at the point, bangs it. Here's Medina. Medina centers it. Here's Bintz, and he lost it to Zegras. Zegras feeding it up along the boards, and it's controlled by Haggerty. Across the Massena blue line, some dandy handling, gets a short side shot off. Puck goes all the way back to Zegras. His shot knocked down. I think that was just meant to be a dumping pass, and now Massena breaks back the other way. Bintz trying to chase it down. Will he get to it? He doesn't. Icing will be the call.
So Massena will change line. That icing call as the face-off will go back into Massena zone. We're down to 12:08 in the second period. Let's see who comes. The Mickey Edwards line comes back out. Edwards, Tywin, Johnson on that line tonight.
We better tell Paul Patterson to turn the heat on in here. A little colder in here tonight than it was.
I don't know how come.
Come on, Paul, get that heat on. Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Albertine picks it up for the Raiders. Starts out, whoops, now he changes direction behind the net. He likes that direction better. He starts out. Feeds it ahead for Tayo. Tayo picks it up off the boards, takes it across. Tayo, drop pass for Edwards into the corner. Edwards centering, doesn't get through. Knocked behind the net. After it is Bob Holmes. Holmes feeding it up along the boards. Tarapoli directs it out to center ice, back in. Delay off sides, back out again. And here comes Holmes. Holmes takes it in, left wing side, drop pass back to Collins. Collins waiting, gets a shot off, the save by Larry. Puck comes in the slot, picked up by Edwards. Edwards gets double teamed, loses it. Here's Holmes, deflected by Collins. And the puck in behind the net. That was a nice play, but it just went high over the net. Now it's Edwards trying to tie it up. Paquin comes in to help out and manages to get the tie-up, and we'll have a face-off. And Massena, again, a little sloppy in their own end, almost cost them.
Massena, again, having trouble tonight coming out of their own end. That's what hurt them the other night. Just unable to get control of that puck and bring it out of your own end. Rye doing a good job of forechecking. They just forechecking Massena in their own zone here the second period.
Okay, it's going to be Haggerty's line out, but Kenny's going to take, no, Haggerty will take the face-off. Right side, Massena zone. Burke will draw for the Raiders off the face-off. Comes to Tommy Holmes. Holmes centers it through. Haggerty, side of the net, tries to knock it in front. Darren King made a good play to block it. Here's King down the sideline. Dumps it. That'll be an icing call against Massena. And the face-off will move back Massena's zone. We're still at 1-0. We haven't mentioned that in a while. Nothing really has happened in the second period.
Not really. Rye scored that goal at the 4:11 mark of the first period, and since then, no other scoring, Jerry.
So it's 1-0 for Rye. We've played just the second shy of 4 minutes in the second period. Off the draw, puck comes in behind the net. Haggerty after it, centering pass knocked down in front. Here comes Medina, breaking it out. Marty Medina across the blue line, takes it in on the off wing. Medina in the corner, center right in the slot, deflected just wide by Bintz. Now the puck in behind the net again. Bintz has got it, takes a whack at it. It comes to Medina in the corner, back to the point to Rushy. Garashi dumps it back in the corner, goes in behind the net. Bintz after it to Medina. Here's Medina centering pass, knocked down by Zegras. Garashi, sharp angled shot along the glass, took a funny bounce. It comes to Bintz. Bintz centering pass, Zegras blocks it, knocks it down, but not out of there. Here's Medina again trying to feed it to Bintz. They jam for it, and the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off. 10:20 left to play. Second period, still 1-0 for Rye.
Edward line comes back out for Massena. Tayo on the left wing. Johnson's right wing. Sidden and Paquin back on defense.
Off the face-off, puck bounces over Paquin's stick. Racing for it. Here comes Holmes, and on the right side. Holmes centering right in front. Oh, good chance there for Starapoli, but he fanned on it. Puck along the boards. They jam. Johnson picks up the loose puck. Ooh, he hit the side of the net. Larry had to stick it, and it sat there for a moment. But finally, Sidden comes back with it. Feeds it around the boards. Here comes Sidden. Trying to get it out of there. Kept in. Again, Collins. Now the puck centered right in front. Collins deflects it right on. They jam. The puck kicked beside the net, and Johnson picks it up. Somebody lost their stick, but Massena's going to break it out of there. Feed it ahead. It's Johnson. Johnson across the blue line. His drive, the save made, the puck in the slot. Poke check back out to center ice. We have a whistle.
We got a penalty coming up to Rye, I believe.
That's going to
right,
go.
Number 8, Nick Adams, I think, defenseman going off for Rye.
Only second time he's been on the ice tonight, I believe.
Let's see. Johnson going too?
Matching minors?
Looks like matching minors. Right. Johnson to Massena, 1 for slash.
1 for roughing, I think.
Probably.
So Johnson goes off for Massena and Adams for Rye at 9:34 left to play in the second period. So the penalty coming at 5 minutes and 26 seconds of the period. So we'll be 4-4 plus the goaltenders. Boy, I'll tell you, this Rye team, they've got a wicked forecheck, don't they?
They really do. They're really tying Massena up in their own end.
Off the faceoff, the puck comes outside. Racing for it, Haggerty takes it in and just dumps it in behind the Massena net. Durashi picks it up there, feeds to Albertine. Poked away, Haggerty steals it. Centering pass, Burke got a leg on it, fortunately, and the puck comes behind the net. Here's Burke moving out now. Center ice. He's still got it. Feeds it ahead for Fauché. Zegras takes it away, back out to center ice. Albertine dumps. Back for it is Pascalis. Pascalis into the corner after it. Burke takes him out of the play. The puck squirts free, picked up by Zegras. Zegras, long headman pass to Collins. Collins down the off wing, feeding it through. It goes to Haggerty, stolen away from him by Albertine. Now Burke picks up the loose puck. Headman pass. Here's Fauché down the ice, 1-on-2. His shot from outside. The save made by Winfield. He leaves it for Zegras as Massena changes up. Edwards out there now for Massena along with Tile. Puck comes in the Massena zone. Sidden, who's playing with Albertine, picks it up. Zegras out there and Pascalis. And we got a couple of new faces out there for Rye. That's Bobby Holmes. He's got the puck right in front. Gets a shot off. Save. The rebound. Side of the net underneath. And where is it? It's tied up under a maze of players. And again, Rye with 2 or 3 good opportunities there.
One thing, when they have the puck and away from the net, the other winger always breaks toward the net. In fact, you can just watch him. They're looking for the guy to break. He breaks through the net. He throws in the puck. That time, except for a nice save by Matt Larry, they could have been up 2-zip. Good save by Matt Larry that time.
Well, the Holmes boys are out there now, Bob and Tom. And Tom's going to take the face-off against Convertini. Off the draw. Puck picked up by Sidden. He starts out. Long headman pass. Medina goes off his skate. And it's picked up by Pascalis out to center ice. Here comes Holmes turning on the Jets. What a drive and the save made. Puck goes in behind the net. Picked up by Convertini. Convertini steps by a check. Knocked down. The puck comes free. They jam at it. Comes to Tom Holmes. Holmes loses to King. King in the corner now, own end. Starts out, passes it over to Sidden. Sidden moves it down ice. Both penalties are over, and Massena takes it in the zone. Marty Medina with it. Medina and Zegras go after it. Puck comes to Convertini. Back to the point. Intercepted. Tom Holmes. Holmes just bangs it to an open wing. That goes down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Rye. 7:31 left to play second period. About halfway through the hockey game. The scoreboard reads Rye 1. Massena no score.
That one on the scoreboard is starting to look a little bit bigger than it did in the first period. They scored in the first period, you really don't think too much about it. We're halfway through the second period, and that one is still up there. The one for Rye and 0 for Massena.
We've seen a couple of 1-0 games already this year.
Yep.
Massena on the wrong end of both of them. Burke against Holmes. Off the draw. After it is Burke in the corner. He and Zegras. Zegras picks it up behind the net. Trying to move it out. Burke trying to forecheck. Zegras still has it. Feeds it along the boards. It goes to Collins. Collins loses it. Paquin can't keep it in. Here comes Bobby Holmes turning on the Jets. 2-on-1. Holmes centering right front shot. Collins save. Big save by Larry.
Wow.
Nice move, too. Here comes Paquin. His shot from just inside the blue line. Shoulder save by Winfield. Chad Valance picks up the loose puck in behind the net. But Zegras is there to steal it. Feed it to Collins at the blue line to Holmes. Holmes drops off the pass for Starpoli. Starpoli takes it across the Massena blue line to Holmes. Holmes dumps to an open wing. Intercepted by Fauché. Fauché to Burke. Burke takes it out of the zone again. Here's Burke stepping by a check. Poke checked away. Here comes Collins breaking in all by himself. The drive. Big save by Larry. Matt Larry has been tough here in the second period. Rye's had some excellent opportunities. Now Fauché gets it out to center ice. Tommy Holmes intercepts that pass. Dumps it right back in the zone. Massena running around here a little bit now. Finally, it's out to center ice, and Tile picks it up. Here's Tile, moving to Edwards. Edwards trying to get it to Johnson, knocked down in front, back out to center ice. Albertine with it at his own blue line. Headman pass to Johnson. He just lets it go through. Tommy Holmes back to center ice. Albertine intercepts to Mickey Edwards. Edwards to Tile across the blue line. Tile steps by one, a quick shot, and the save made. The puck goes in the net. Massena scores.
Okay, nice shot by Tile. It hit the chest of Russ Winfield, and it sort of bounced over his shoulder. Jerry, I thought he was going to reach up and grab it. It bounced on the ice behind him, over the line. Massena goes ahead. Or, no, they tie it up, I mean. 1-2, 1-1.
Not a pretty goal,
No,
but right
hey,
now Massena will take it.
Count. Jeff Tile will pick up that goal. I'm not sure of the
Edwards.
assist on that.
Edwards will get
Probably
the assist.
Edwards won.
Perhaps Johnson, but I think Edwards, he's the one that took it across the blue line and found Tile breaking in the left wing side. Albertine.
Aubergine.
Okay, I was wrong. Happens once in a while. Off the faceoff, Convertini trying to get it to Vince, poked, out, back in. King took it in, but offsides. Will be called. So Massena's tied it up here in the second period. We'll see if that'll give him a new life. Winfield made the initial stop with his chest. It bounced up over his shoulder and into the net.
Well, just a nice little wrist shot. It was high, and it just hit his chest. He couldn't control it. Bounced over and in the net. All tied 1-1. Brand new ball game.
He wasn't real happy about that.
No,
either.
not at all.
Okay, here comes Massena's Medina. Medina across the... Oh, nice move, Marty Medina. Shot right on the save. The rebound in the net. Massena makes it 2-1. Peter Vince.
The goal. I tell you, Marty Medina did all the work on that one. Medina will get the assist. Peter Vince standing right on the edge, looking for that rebound. Massena goes ahead, 2-1. I said that one looked pretty big. It doesn't look very big anymore.
So Massena takes a 2-1 lead here. Nice bit of stick work by Marty Medina that time.
Medina did all the work on that one. A good effort by Marty Medina.
Peter Vince will get the goal. Medina, a lot of credit on the assist. Burke will face off against Bob Holmes. Off the draw, the puck comes to DeRushy at his own blue line, over to Sidden, back to DeRushy. Headman pass to Burke. Burke dumps it, bounces in behind the net. Picked up by Pascalis. Pascalis moving it out, feeding it to the wing. Headman pass to Holmes, trying to split the defense. I think we have an offsides call, though, before that happened. Yeah, Arnie O'Reilly called the offside, and they move the face-off back outside.
The official on that goal will be bent for Medina and Albertine. Apparently Albertine had to give up that puck to Medina. And Medina went in, and Vince gets the goal on the rebound.
5:17 left to play here. Off the face-off, puck comes to DeRushy. DeRushy, headman. Here comes Edwards across the blue line, drops it off. Jeff Johnson. Johnson, Edwards right in front across the goal mouth. Edwards couldn't quite get the stick on it. Now the puck comes out to center ice. Picking it up is Bobby Holmes, turning on the Jets, takes it across. Now he stops, waits, centers to Collins. Collins trying to give and go back to Holmes, but the puck comes in behind the net. Now Holmes is hauled down by DeRushy. So Massena will pick up a penalty. Rye 1 for 1 on the power play. That's how they got their goal, was on the power play in that first period. So now, oh, that was Sidden, excuse me, not DeRushy.
Okay.
Kind of just grabbed onto him. So Massena will have to try to kill a penalty. Now Zegras will be centering the power play unit. Tom Holmes on one side, Keith Collins on the other. Off the faceoff, Paquin whistles it down the ice. Bobby Holmes playing 1 point, along with Ryan Haggerty. Russell Winfield kind of misplayed that one a little bit. The crowd's starting to get on him a little bit now. Here comes Haggerty across the blue line. Poke checked away and stolen by Johnson. Now Holmes picks it up. Johnson pokes it away from him. Here's Johnson after it, trying to come up with it. Poked away. Edwards picks it up, takes it side, and the net stops. Johnson, oh, and he missed the pass in front of the net.
Good chance there for Massena with Edwards and Johnson doing all the work in the offensive zone.
Now the puck in behind the net. Johnson after it. Can't quite catch up with it. Puck goes to Collins. He loses it. Here's Johnson looking to center it. Johnson tied up. Ian Haggerty jammed for it. And finally, it's picked up by Tommy Holmes. Holmes with it behind the net. Now he feeds it to Bobby Holmes, and Holmes starts out. 35 seconds in the power play. Here comes Holmes across the blue line, getting by the defense, sliding it through. Burke intercepted. Again, Massena not picking up the man. They're going after that puck. And Holmes makes him look silly when they do that. Now the puck out to center ice. Intercepted momentarily back in the zone, and Haggerty has to come back for it. 15 seconds left in the power play. Headman pass. Starpoli takes it across the blue line, turning on the jet. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net. And the crowd went, oop, all of a sudden, but it was on the side of the net. Now it comes out to center ice. Zegras, with 2 seconds left, centers it, and it goes to the Massena blue line. Massena gets the man back, and it's out to center ice. Collins with it, picking it up, circling at his own blue line. 3:14 left in the period. Here comes Collins now. Drops it ahead to Holmes. That's Tommy Holmes, just rubbed off the play. Massena back the other way. Paquin turning on the Jets down the right wing side. Here comes Paquin, the head fake backhand over the net. Puck around the boards. And there's Medina. Medina takes it by the check. Marty Medina in behind, centering pass right in front. Oh, good chance for Convertini as Medina had a beautiful setup there. Now Medina picks it up in the corner. He loses it to Collins. Collins kind of behind the back pass to himself, moving along the boards. And the puck comes to Zegras. Zegras feeds Collins again. Collins dumps it to center ice, slides back in the Massena zone, but not far enough for icing. Here's DeRushy in behind the net, starting out. DeRushy's headman knocked down at the blue line, but it's stolen by Medina. Medina in his own end, feeding it ahead for Convertini. Convertini breaking down the ice, shoots from just inside the blue line. The puck bounces into the corner, and Massena's going to make a line change. And here comes Jeff Johnson with it. Oh, nice move, Johnson. He gets tied up. Following up is Edwards. Poke checked away out to center ice. Now breaking down. Here comes Haggerty across the blue line. Haggerty hauled down. There's going to be a penalty right there. Or is there?
No penalty. Got away with one there.
Okay, Tayo breaks back the other way. Drop pass. DeRushy shot. The save made by Winfield. Puck in the corner. Tayo side of the net. Stick by Winfield again. Mickey Edwards centering pass comes in the slot. Johnson couldn't come up with it. Back to the blue line. DeRushy steps in front. DeRushy shot just wide. Puck around the board. Sidden takes a whack at it. Dumps it in the corner. Mickey Edwards picks it up behind the net. Zegras takes him out of the play. And the puck moving back to the blue line. Kept in by Sidden. Sidden with it. Trying to move it along the boards. Feeding it to Edwards. Edwards taking it. Centering pass right in front. Knocked down in the slot. They jam at it. Puck comes in the corner. Bounces back to the blue line. Aubertine didn't keep it in.
Okay, we're seeing a little different Massena Red Raider team here because of those 2 goals. This is the way they should be playing. Now they've got Rye pinned in their own end, and I think Rye's seeing how it feels when you can't get out of your own end. I'll tell you, those 2 goals really fired Massena up.
Oh, we get an announcement from Tall Paul. The arena will be selling advance tickets for the OFA game starting Monday morning at 9 o'clock. So during business hours, Monday through Wednesday, they'll be selling advance tickets for the OFA game. Of course, that's always a big game, big draw. Off the faceoff, Sidden dumps it into Rye's zone. Zegras picks it up behind the net. 1:10 left. 2-1 Massena. Picked up by Fauché. Fauché loses to Haggerty. Haggerty moving it along the blue line. Kept in by Sidden. Nope, it's out center ice. And here comes Rye trying to get something going. That was Kenny, but it was intercepted. And here comes Fauché. Oh, a little bit too far. Valance trying to chase it down. Pascalis gets there, doesn't get it out. Here's Burke with it. Burke in the slot, his shot. Knocked down, the save made by the goaltender, Winfield. Puck Valance right in front of that. They jam Burke, the shot, and a save by Winfield. Here comes Massena again. Valance shot, knocked down. And Haggerty picks up the loose puck, starts out, beating Tommy Holmes on the left wing. Drop pass, Haggerty shot. Knocked down. Where is it? At the blue line. Valance picks it up. Headman to Burke too far, and it goes down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Massena.
Good shift that time to Burke, Valance, and Fauché line. Mark Burke having a good chance right in the slot. Could have put it ahead 3-1, but now Massena really fired up, playing just like a different team here the last 5-6 minutes, Jerry.
Boy, I guess so.
Yeah, goals will do that for you.
2-1 Massena leads with 21 seconds left in the second period. Edwards will face off. Collins is going to take the face off in the Massena zone. They want to get Holmes free for the shot. He's got the puck, but Edwards takes it away. Edwards starts out. Headman pass off the boards. Johnson steps by a check. Here comes Johnson. The drive. Score!
Oh, what a shot by Johnson. I'll tell you, Russ Winfield had no chance at all on that. It went over his right shoulder in the upper left-hand corner of the net. Just a quick slap shot. Massena goes up by a score of 3-1. That'll be Johnson from, Edwards anyway, I believe.
11 seconds left in the second period. I don't know where this Massena team was last night. They weren't here, though.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a different team out here in the ice right now than it was last night. They're different jerseys. That's what it is, Jerry.
Must be. Must be. Paquin also picked up an assist on that goal. Off the faceoff. King with it. Dumps it ahead for Vince. A little bit too far. Zegras with it. Feeds it up along the glass. Down the ice. 2 seconds. 1 second. That's the period. Massena with a very good second period have taken a 3-1 lead here over Rye. Bob Holmes will be centering that first line for Rye as we get ready to start. Larry in the left and Winfield on the right. As we face the ice, and off the draw it comes to Albertine. Albertine steps it ahead to Edwards to Johnson. Johnson has it poke checked away. Starpoli takes it across the blue line. Gets by, gets a backhander. Larry makes the save, and Johnson back to the point. Now they jam at it. Puck comes free. It's fired wide into the glass, and Mickey Edwards picks it up. Edwards drops it for DeRushy, and DeRushy breaks it out of there. Headman pass to Jeff Johnson. Steps by the check. Here comes Johnson to drive. Score!
Oh, that's the same kind of shot he took at the end of the second period, but this time it was on the right corner. But again, over the shoulder of Russ Winfield. It's 4-1 on total goals. It's all tied up, Jerry. Wow, that didn't take long. 26 seconds.
That was a carbon copy of the goal at the other end.
Exactly the same.
I think it's even going to read the same. I think Mickey Edwards picking up one assist, and I'm not sure who got the second one. But we'll wait and see. But it's 4-1 Massena. Well, DeRushy getting the assist. Okay, I guess Edwards didn't get an assist. Okay, face-off. Off the draw. Puck goes into the Massena zone. Back after it is Chris Sidden. The Burke line out there for Massena against the Haggerty line. Sidden feeds it along the boards. Took a funny bounce, and it's kept in the zone. Haggerty, he can't control it. Comes out to center ice. Now he dumps it in. Darren King picks it up in behind the net. King with it. Starts out left side of his own goal. Waits. Moves it ahead and hits Chad Valance with a pass. Valance across the blue line. Drop pass to Burke. Here's Burke into the corner. Moves it back to the point. Sidden takes the drive. What do we got?
I think Fauché was in the crease.
Okay.
Yep. Mark Burke had the puck along the boards. He mentioned Fauché outside, so Fauché had to be in the crease. Whistle blew. Face off just outside the Rye blue line. It's 4-1. Massena leads, but total goals all tied.
All tied up.
Just like a tie game here.
Convertini out there now with his line mates, Marty Medina and Peter Bintz. And coming back out the Bob Holmes line. On defense, Sidden and King for Massena. And, of course, the same pair for Rye. Puck takes a bounce back down in the Massena end. Sidden back there for it. Starts out left side of his own net. Moves it by one. And takes it out to center ice. Long headman pass intercepted. Here comes Collins in the zone, feeding Holmes. Holmes gets by King, slides it side of the net. We're going to have a penalty as Larry grabbed the puck. King's going to be called for holding as, again, Holmes went kind of right by him.
Yep. I'll tell you, Holmes is tough, boy. He's quick, and he turns that corner as good as anybody.
So it's going to be Rye on the power play. Rye tonight is 1 for 2 on the power play. They were 1 for 2 last night. So they're getting their third opportunity tonight. Massena will be sending out Jeff Johnson and Mickey Edwards. And let's see here. Paquin out there along with DeRushy. Zegras will take the face-off. Zegras up front with Collins and Tom Holmes. Back to the point. Bob Holmes. Quick shot knocked down. That's Haggerty at the other point. Back to Holmes. His drive deflected wide off a leg. Back to the point. Haggerty has it poked away. Johnson tries to kick it ahead, and it does not come out. Holmes keeps it in. Brings it over to Collins. Collins back to Bob Holmes. Holmes trying to slide it through the slot. They jam right in front. Zegras fired it wide. Puck in behind the net now. Here's Collins with it. Moving it, top of the circle. Goes back to Holmes. His drive deflected. Oh, that went off Paquin, and Larry had to be quick on that one. Now the puck tied up in the corner. And we're down to 54 seconds in the power play. 13:04 third period. Massena leading 4-1, but tied in total goals.
Okay, Rise in the power play. The face-off will be back in the Massena zone. Let's see. Zegras stays out there on this power play. He took the face-off before. I think he's going to take the face-off again.
Oh, yeah. He's a big guy. And,
he is. He's a big boy, and he logs a lot of ice time.
Yeah.
Like almost the whole game.
He's only been off once tonight, and that's when he got hit with a shot. Yeah. Off the face-off, back to the point. Holmes with it. Trying to control it. Out to center ice on the backhand by Burke. Down the ice it goes. Here's Holmes with it on the pass from goaltender Winfield. Holmes circling in his own end. Fauché, the other penalty killer. Fauché trying to come up with it. Haggerty has it. Haggerty, headman pass to Collins. Keith Collins with it. Across on the off wing, feeding the big guy, Zegras. Zegras drops it back. Haggerty has to go through his legs out to center ice with 25 seconds in the power play. Over to Holmes. Holmes feeding it over on the other side. Haggerty, his pass goes to Collins. He takes it in the zone. Here's Collins into the corner. Stops, back to the point. Over on the other side, Haggerty, his drive through a screen to save the rebound. And they jam at it, and I think, yep, it's Larry on top of it.
I tell you, Matt, Larry's really played a great game for Massena tonight in the nets. We've got 6 seconds to go in the power play. One thing Massena had to do right now is kill off this power play.
So Edwards comes back out for Massena along with Jeff Johnson. Johnson's really had a great game here. 2 big goals for Massena.
Yeah, they were big goals, is right.
Holmes will take the face-off. So they're moving back to their regular alignment here. Off the draw, puck in the circle. Jamming for it, comes in behind the net. Paquin clears it around the boards, and it's out to center ice. Pascalis feeding it along the boards. Mickey Edwards picks it up. Edwards across the blue line. Edwards still has it. Edwards, quick wrist shot, score! Massena goes ahead 5-1.
Okay, Massena scored on that, but I'll tell you, the guy again who did some work on that was Johnson. He went in ahead. Actually, I think he screened the goalie, and that's 2 guys working together really well. Mickey Edwards picked up the goal. I don't know if you'll see Jeff Johnson to get an assist, but I'll tell you, he really helped on that because he went in, screened the goalie. Massena goes ahead 5-1. That puts them a goal ahead on total goals. Real turnaround for Massena.
Convertini's line comes out now against the Holmes line off the faceoff. Paquin with it. Paquin feeds DeRushy. DeRushy off the boards for Medina. Medina's another one who's had a good game here. Medina trying to center it through. Picked up by Vince. Back to Medina in front, but it's broken up. And Rye breaks it out. Long headman pass for Collins. Goes by him. Down the ice into the Massena zone. After it is Convertini. Convertini bangs it off the boards, but not out. Holmes keeps it in. It goes to Paquin. Paquin circles behind his own net. Feeds DeRushy. DeRushy goes back to Paquin. Paquin picks it up. Shovels it along the boards. Feeds Bintz. Bintz kind of overskated it. He loses it, but DeRushy picks it up. Steps by a check. Here comes DeRushy across the blue line. DeRushy in the zone. Trying to shovel it in front, but Zegras got in front of it. They jam for it there. Now DeRushy still putting on some forechecking pressure. Zegras gets it, but not out as King pokes it in. The bouncing puck goes in behind the net. After it is Zegras again. Feeding it along the boards, and Collins just directs it out to center ice. King waits for his wings. He dumps it right on, and the save made by Winfield. Now the puck picked up by Zegras around the boards. Edwards steps in front of it to King. King can't keep it in. It goes out to center ice. Jeff Johnson picks it up. Drops it to Aubertine in his own end. Aubertine steps by the check, starts it out again. Backhand pass goes to Tayo. Tayo poked away from him, follows it up himself, and it comes free. It's picked up by Staropoli, stolen by Johnson. Johnson and Zegras, or Tayo rather, and Zegras jam. Puck dumped out to center ice. Aubertine waits for his wings. Now he takes it in. Here's Aubertine, backhands it into the corner. Puck around the boards. Burke with it. He leaves it. It goes to Fauché, taken away by Collins. Collins breaking down the ice right side. Across the blue line, we got what? It's a penalty or an offsides? Delay offsides. But now they wave it off, and Fauché breaks back the other way. Fauché in behind the net now. He's still got it. He and Zegras. Zegras takes it away from him. Zegras poke checked away from him by Burke. The puck comes over to Pascalis. Fauché throws a check, takes the puck away. Here's Fauché setting right front. Burke at the post, and Winfield has it underneath.
Mark Burke that time hit the post. He was set up beautifully by Jeff Fauché. He got the shot off, hit the post. The light came on, but it did not go in the net. Mark Burks is shaking his head. He wants that one back. Nice setup by Foch. I tell you, Foch did a lot of work behind that net of trying to control the puck. Taking the man into the boards. He picked up the puck. Saw Burke in front, threw it out there. Burke shot, made the shot, but it hit the post. Face-off, Ryan. Massina's up 5-1.
Convertini's line back out against the Haggerty line. Zegras gets the face-off, feeds it back out center ice. Sidden couldn't quite keep it in. Here's Sidden, dumping to an open wing. Marty Medina. Medina loses it. It comes to Haggerty. Haggerty gets a quick shot. Oh, he fired it wide. Tommy Holmes can't pick up the rebound. Headman pass. Here comes Convertini. 3-on-2. Convertini to Vince. Offside. Just barely offside.
Convertini and Vince going down.
Somebody got a stick from Rye and forced the offside.
Right. At the whistle, Massena will change lines. Sandmore sends out Edwards, Tayo, and Johnson for Massena. Of course, that line has been the big line for Massena. Four of the 5 goals scored by that line.
Off the faceoff, puck to Edwards. Edwards, he's hauled down, gets back up again, controls the puck. Massena controlling. They get their goaltender off, trying to set up a power play here. Headman pass Edwards, beating Johnson, breaking in right wing side. Johnson right in front, takes it around behind, moving it back to the point. Massena with the extra attacker out there. Here's Sidden, feeding it through right in front. They jam, deflected just wide after Johnson in the corner. Massena continues to control. The puck comes free behind the net. Burke after it in the corner. He's the extra attacker, drops it back to the point. It goes to Paquin. Paquin winds, the drive, the puck goes just wide, bounces high over the net, comes to Sidden, his shot, scores!
Sidden! I'll tell you, that's the longest delay I think I've ever seen, Jerry. When it was a delay penalty, Massena controlled the puck, 45, 50 seconds, and Massena picks up the goal. It was set up by a nice, low, hard shot by Paquin. It came back over the net, came back out to Sidden. He had a wide open net and put it in there. It'll be Sidden from Paquin anyway. Massena goes ahead 6-1.
That call was on Tommy Holmes.
Right.
So he's going to have to serve his time, even though Rye will not be shorthanded. And Massena now with a 6-1 lead here. I don't know. This is a whole different Massena team than we saw last night.
Oh, it sure is.
Off the faceoff. Puck controlled by Darren King. King moves it along the sideline, dumps it. In the end, he and Zegras go together. There's going to be a penalty. They're both going to go off. And we're going to have Darren, unfortunately, he got the high stick or a roughing from Zegras, or an elbow, I guess is what it was, and he retaliated, so he got the call too. So that'll be matching minors. With 8:49 left to go here in period number 3, Massena up 6-1. What a turnaround. And the faceoff will be top of the circle to the left side of goaltender Russell Winfield in the Rye end. Off the faceoff, puck back to the blue line. They jam for it, and it's picked up by Holmes. Holmes can dipsy-doodle with it. He takes it across the blue line, tries to split the defense. The puck down underneath, and finally it's kicked by DeRushy and controlled by Convertini. DeRushy had lost his stick. He had to kick it. Now the puck dumped to an open wing, comes out center ice. Pascalis feeding to Holmes at the blue line, poked away from him, picked up by Collins. Collins centers, Holmes gets by, gets a shot off. He's knocked down, gets up again, feeds it in behind the net. Marty Medina gets railed into the boards. The puck's still tied up. Now they kick it free, controlled by Medina. He has a little trouble with it, tries to move it out to the blue line. It comes out to center ice. Now Medina falls down, but the puck controlled by Collins. Collins feeding the Holmes, back to Collins, intercepted by the long arm of DeRushy. Now Massena with a long headman to Johnson. Johnson circling, meant for Aubertine, a little bit behind him, fed back out by Pascalis. Now DeRushy back to Edwards, across the blue line. Edwards takes the drive, he fired it wide, puck around the boards. Paquin keeps it in, goes in behind the net. Massena wants to make a little change here as DeRushy comes off. Now the puck controlled by Massena again. Edwards looking for Johnson. Johnson didn't see it. The puck kept in nicely by Paquin. Puck in behind the net. 7.5 left in the period. 9 seconds left in the matching minors. Headman pass intercepted back in the zone by Tayo. He tried to keep it in, but it went out, and Johnson was offside. and we'll have a face-off just outside the zone. You know, Tommy Holmes finally gets the whistle he needed to get out of the box. He, of course, was serving his penalty even though Massena scored on it. Face-off just outside the zone. And Burke gets tossed. Off the draw. Puck in the zone, back out to center ice. Paquin picks it up, feeds it ahead. Here's Burke. Gets by. Here comes Burke. Across the blue line. Burke trying to split the D. Zegras takes it away. Zegras dumping it. Breaking in. Here's Holmes offside.
Ooh. I tell you, Holmes is as good as anybody in there. I tell you, he can really fly and can bust through there, as he tried to do there. And just luckily, it was an offside call. The face-off just outside the Rye blue line this time.
It's where the pass originated.
The pass originated, yeah.
Yep. 7:07 left in the third period. Convertini's line out there now against the Haggerty line. Off the draw, the puck bouncing along the boards back to the Massena blue line. Paquin picks it up. Headman intercepted momentarily. Medina's there, though. Shovels it ahead for Convertini. Offsides again. With 6:56 left to play. Massena on top on a score of 6-1. Well, that also is a 2-goal lead in the who was Edwards?
Yep.
We
Edwards
called
and
that
Johnson.
one right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll check that again when we give you the stats. And now off the face-off, the puck goes to the blue line. Rye, Edwards takes a whack at it. Taken away by Haggerty. Haggerty's drive! And he fired it wide. Puck whistles around the boards all the way out to Zegras at the red line. He dumps it back to the Massena blue line. Picked up by Sidden. Sidden drops over to Paquin. Paquin off the boards to Johnson. Johnson turns, trying to feed Edwards. Edwards with it across the blue line. And it's Tommy Holmes picking up the loose puck there. Holmes down the sideline. Edwards gets a stick on it and steals the puck. Dumps to an open wing. Johnson right in there after it. Jeff Johnson in behind the net. Looking. Center pass, right front shot. Oh, what a save! As Boucher got a beauty off it. Jeff Johnson, what a setup. As the puck dumped down the ice, that'll be an icing call against Rye. Johnson's having the game of the season here tonight.
He certainly is. I tell you, Massena could have been another on the scoreboard that time as he set up Poche and almost another goal for Massena. We're down to 6:08 in the third period. Massena's up by a score of 6-1. I tell you, they did what they had to do. They had to limit Rye to their number of goals, which they've done, and they've had to score some goals, which they've done.
Off the face-off, Burke's line out there. Burke throws a check in behind the net, but the puck picked up by Bobby Holmes. He loses it. Burke picks it up, but following up on the play, Starpoli, and he breaks out of the zone. Here comes Jeff Starpoli. Across the blue line, in on the off wing, drop pass. Collins shot, knocked down in front by King. The puck back to the point, knocked in the corner by King again on the shot. Now puck out to center ice, goes to Valance. Valance directs it down the ice, and racing back for it is George Pascalis. Pascalis in behind his own net. Valance gets tied up in the mesh, and the puck lifted out to center ice. Picked up by Bobby Holmes again. Holmes is dangerous. Slides it right in front. They score on a deflection. That's Collins getting the goal from Holmes. That was a beauty.
It was. It was a nice goal. Collins right in front, and he deflected high over Matt Larry. Matt Larry had no chance at all on that. So Rye gets on the scoreboard again. It is now Massena 6, Rye 2.
Okay, that's a one-goal lead in total goals.
A one-goal lead.
This one could go right down to the wire, Reg. So Rye picks up a goal. Off the face-off, it comes to DeRushy. DeRushy dumps ahead. The puck to Zegras at his own blue line, back out to center ice. They move it around. Puck comes free. Back to the blue line, into the zone. Starpoli, but offsides the call. 5:12 left to go, third period. 6-2 Massena.
I tell you, this series is not over yet.
Oh, no.
Total goals, Reed, Massena 9, and Rye 8.
And we trust you will keep track of that,
Rich. I've got him right here.
Off the face-off, puck right outside the blue line. Edwards with it, feeding it. Zegras back in the Massena zone. DeRushy waiting, off the boards to Johnson. Here comes Johnson. Johnson, drop pass for Edwards. Edwards stick handling in the corner. Hits the side of the net with a centering pass. Chases the rebound down, but it's picked up by Pascalis. Pascalis out to center ice. Comes to the Massena blue line. Paquin takes a whack at it. Here's a shot deflected, but picked up by DeRushy before it got through. DeRushy trying to feed Johnson. Johnson trying to get it out of the zone. DeRushy jamming. Finally, he does. Here comes DeRushy back the other way. Drops for Edwards. Edwards across the blue line. Makes his move right front. Shot over the net.
I just touched, I think, Russ Winfield.
And they're going to move the face-off outside. I guess he didn't touch it.
No, can't be he did. I thought he got a piece of it, but can't be. As the face-off will come outside the Rye blue line.
6-2, Massena leads here. 4:32 left to play in the third period, but this is more exciting than a normal 6-2 game, Rich.
Oh, it certainly is.
Because this is the second game of a two-game total goal. Massena up by a single goal here. Off the face-off, Sidden dumps in the corner, Rye zone. In behind the net is Zegras. Picking it up, feeding it along the boards for Collins. Collins, head-man pass. Gets it out to center ice. Holmes steals it from King and comes into the zone.
But, yeah,
we're going to have a hooking call on King.
King going to go off on a tripping. As Collins was pulled down, he had sort of partially control, calling for a hooking.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, pretty obvious. It's tough to control Collins, I'll tell you. He's a good forward. So, Rye will go in the power play for the second time this period. King goes off on a hook call.
Oh, boy.
Massena is yet to be in the power play for the game.
They got to be careful here.
They got to be real careful.
Okay, Mickey Edwards coming out, along with Johnson, Sidden, and Aubertine. Zegras will center Collins, and Tom Holmes. Bob Holmes at the point. He's got the puck. Feeding it over to Collins. Collins can't get the shot off. He's got it. Trying to feed it through. Johnson steals. Here comes Johnson. Breaking down. Holmes. Johnson. They jam for it, and it goes into the corner. Now Johnson with it. Trying to center it right in front. Looks to wrap it around. Shot right on. The save made. I don't know if it got through or not, but back the other way comes Bobby Holmes. Holmes across the blue line. Making his move on Sidden. Centers it, and it goes by everybody. Back to the point. Picking it up is Haggerty. Haggerty trying to move it into the corner. Massena setting up in the box. Goes back to Holmes. Back to Haggerty. His shot. We have a whistle and a man in the crease.
So it'll go outside as Zegras was in the crease. He might have been forced in the crease, but doesn't really make too much difference. As long as he's in the crease, they'll blow that whistle every time. Face off just outside the Massena blue line. We're down to 52 seconds in the penalty to Darren Kring. Rye is on the power play.
Okay, we got a new set of penalty killers.
Got a timeout.
Oh, Rye's off the face-off. The puck comes back to the blue line. Picked up there by Bob Holmes. He drops it off to Haggerty. Back to Holmes. Holmes starts to move it out. Here's Holmes across the blue line. Holmes shot. Saved by Larry. Sidden feeds it back to the blue line, and Edwards dumps it down the ice. Good save by Larry.
Good save by Matt Larry. Nice right pad save.
Picking it up is Haggerty. Johnson. Boy, he's been all over the ice now, and he's forechecking. Here comes Haggerty. Feeding it out. Tom Holmes. Edwards steals it away. Dumps it back in the zone. Comes side of the net. Haggerty picks it up. 13 seconds left in the power play. Haggerty across the blue line now. Takes it in the corner. Trying to set up back to the point. Here's a shot. Everybody did the turtle act on that one. And Massena picks it up. Here's Fauché. 2-on-2. Fauché across the blue line. And it's poked away, but Burke follows up. Gets the shot up. Fired it just wide. Penalty is up. Massena back to full strength. Balance keeps the puck in. Tries to poke it through the middle. Burke can't get a piece of it. And back the other way. Here comes Holmes. Holmes down the ice. 3-on-2. Slides it through, but he didn't get through. Puck in the corner now. Holmes and Aubertine jam. Aubertine takes him out of the play. That's how you got to play that, guys. Take him out of the play. Massena breaks the other way. Chad Balance fakes the shot. Through the middle, the blast. High over the net. Puck in the corner. Tom Holmes after it. Feeding it along the boards. It's dumped to center ice. Picked up there by Paquin. Paquin stops. Waits. Headman, Vince, too far, back out to center ice. They jam for it right along the blue line. Picking it up, Chad Balance makes his move, brings it in. It's right in front, shot, save! Peter Vince had his chance for his second one, but a save. He was in pretty tight, though.
He was in pretty tight, and that time Russ Winfield, and that's where Rye came out, not giving Vince anything to shoot at. Smothered the puck, forcing the face-off, but we're down to 154. The score total, or the score on the scoreboard, reads 6-2. Total goals, read Massena 9, Rye 8.
Almost goaltender pulling time. Off the face-off, the puck controlled by Pascalis. He and Convertini jam for it, and Zegras comes in to help out. Big Zegras. Now the puck comes to Convertini. Vince steps in front of it, steals the puck, feeds it around the corner, other side. After it, Marty Medina. Medina loses it. Back down the ice. Here comes Starpoli. Starpoli poke checked away nicely by Medina. Puck back. Zegras feeding it to an open wing. Vince picks it up, bangs it off the boards. Here's Zegras with it. 1:23 left. Massena making a change. Now Starpoli across the blue line, taken out of the play. Big Durashi with it. Takes it across. Here's Durashi. Headman Johnson. Johnson across the blue line, trying to pass it through to Edwards. Edwards now taking it in the corner. Edwards ties it up. We'll have a face-off with 1:06 left.
Okay, wisely, Mickey Edwards looking around, not really seeing anybody. Decides, hey, I want to waste a little time. We'll tie it up as long as it's in the right zone. We'll get the face-off back there. So he does tie it up. The whistle blows. And Stan Moore keeps Johnson, Edwards, and Tiowa out there. He's putting Sidden and Albertine back on defense. We're down to 1:06. Massena leads total goals 9-8.
Let's see whose line. Well, we're going to see a homogenized line for Rye here, as they're going to get Bob Holmes out there. You can bet on that. Tom Holmes will be out there. Keith Collins will be out there. Of course, Zegras and Pascalis will be the defensemen. They've been on the ice this entire third period. Off the faceoff, Sidden shot knocked down. Goes into the corner. Went off Edwards, I think. Picked up by Tommy Holmes. They're trying to get that Collins as a hanger. Collins feeding it ahead. Here comes Holmes into the zone. The drive. Wow, that was a hard shot. Went wide. Zegras now keeping it in. Where's the puck? I think it's tied up.
It's tied up right along the boards in the Massena end. We're down to 48 seconds, and Mel Tomlin say, no, I want that outside because Rye held it against the board. So it's outside the Massena blue line. We're down to 48 seconds to go. Let's see. Is there a timeout?
Massena's going to call the timeout.
Sandbar, Johnson, and Tile line out.
We got to keep an eye on that goaltender, too.
Yep, they will probably be pulling
if they can control it. Edwards against Holmes, off the draw, puck sitting at the faceoff. Holmes takes it across the blue line. He loses it, and it's controlled by Sidden. Sidden breaking across, trying to move through the middle. He's got it offside. Oh.
Good effort by Sidden on there, but I think Mickey Edwards a little bit eager as Sidden was sort of partially tied up going across the blue line, and Edwards just a half a step, so face-off just outside the Rye blue line. We're down to 40 seconds in the game.
That would have been a 3-on-0 break.
Yeah.
Off the face-off. Puck controlled along the blue lines. They jam at it. Controlled by Pascalis. He's going to dump it in the Massena zone. It goes on Larry. He leaves it in the corner. Sitting with it. We have a whistle.
Offside. Mel Tomlin pointing toward just outside the blue line and whistles it offside. So they've killed off a few more seconds. We're down to 28 seconds in the game. Total goals, it's Massena 9, Rye 8.
I don't know, Reg, if you would have told me this was going to happen.
If we'd have said this last night, nobody would have believed us. I mean, nobody.
Okay. They've got their extra skater out there now as they have pulled their goalie. And they've got Tom Holmes. He's way in the corner. Off the face-off, the puck comes back to the red line. They jam at it, controlled by Massena. Where is it? It's up into the bench.
It bounced up into the bench, I believe, off one of the players. So the clock's still ticking down. We're down to 23 seconds to face off between Massena's the blue line and center red line.
Edwards will face it off against home again, off the draw. Puck bouncing high in the air. Keith Collins dumps it in the Massena zone. Albertine takes a whack at it, goes out to center ice. 15 seconds left. A dump back in the Massena zone. Albertine with it. Bangs it off the glass. Down the ice it goes. That is not going to be far enough for icing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Massena's going to win the total goals. It's amazing.
Amazing is not the word for it. You talk about a comeback after last night's game. I think everybody was down. everybody I think that was in the the arena here, I think maybe the players are down a little bit, saying, "Holy man, what happened to Massena? They lose the game last night by a score of 6-3. Then they come back tonight and win this game 6-2. But the big thing is they won it, Jerry, 9-8 total goals. And I think we said you got to limit Ride to just a goal or two, which we certainly did. And but they did their job defensively. I tell you, Matt Larry did a super job as far as I'm concerned in net for Massena tonight. He kept them in the game at various times when the Ride did have an opportunity. You limit Ride at 2 goals, you've done your job. Matt Larry, I thought, did a super job for Massena tonight. But just a complete turnaround for Massena. Just 2 different, if this is the team that we saw the last 2 periods. If the team last night shows up, however,
say good night.
They might be having a little bit of trouble. There will be the awards going on right now. They'll be giving out the trophies. Well, it'll be only 2 trophies because you only had the 2 teams. It's odd to have a 2-team tournament, but because of the weather, that's the way it turned out. Rye getting the runner-up trophy. I'll tell you, Rye played well. It played well last night. I think tonight they did get tired. Massena took it to them tonight, Jerry, and I think they did get tired.
So Massena wins the tournament, a 2-team tournament, actually a 2-team total goal series.
Yep.
So
Total goals. So in total goals, it was Massena 9 and Rye 8.
Mickey Edwards and Darren King come over to accept the award. That's the beauty of 2-game total goal series.
It is. It's nice. You can have a bad game, one night,
get away with
and then it really doesn't mean that much. Now the All-Star, there'll be All-Star awards. Well, no doubt about that one. One of the defensemen going to Segrist of Rye.
Greg Paquin, the other defenseman.
Greg Paquin from Massena picking up the defenseman all-tournament award.
Keith Collins, one of
no
the
doubt about
all-tournament
that one.
forwards.
Collins had the hat trick last night. Let's see. He had 1 goal. 1 goal tonight. I think 1 or 2 assists for Rye.
Bob Holmes.
I'll tell you, he's a good winger. He's a tough guy to control. A number of times, Massena had to drag him down to stop him from going in on the goal all alone. Mickey Edwards having one of his better games tournament, really, and tonight he also is a forward picked on the All-Star team.
Matt Leary, the goaltender.
I'll tell you, Matt Leary just had
he played a great game today.
Super game tonight for Matt Leary of Massena.
Most valuable player. Jeff Johnson. Jeff had a great game here tonight.
He sure did. He fired Massena up with 2 really important goals, and that's, I think, what did it for Massena.